What else happened? Wow, okay,
Or you,
so
what
much,
you can do is
so
you can
much.
either go back or elaborate on one or
Yeah,
something that
but
you
you
want to
said
talk
three mental
about. It doesn't
hospitals.
matter. Or like I
Do
said,
what?
actually for real, you can get really creative. You can start going to positive now, and then we'll have more time for your message piece.
Okay, okay.
So if you want to do that,
But you were in 3 mental hospitals.
Yes.
So we only
I
talked
already.
about
No, we
one,
talked about two.
two.
Yeah, Monte Vista, and then I
When you
went
were
back
14.
when I was older.
Then we'll talk about the 3rd mental
Okay.
hospital.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Got you.
okay. We are rolling.
I'm listening dry.
And action.
Hey, welcome back. I'm still here with Kenya Young. She has a amazing story of growing up in foster care, sexual abuse, incest. I want to go back to where you were talking about your mental health.
Yes.
I mean, being in foster care and being molested and raped by your father,
Yes.
those are traumatic experiences. How do you think that has impacted your mental health?
Well, again, like I told you, when I was in Utah in a facility, I was diagnosed with bipolar and PTSD, but I also returned back to the hospital after I had my daughter. So I ended up there for about 3 weeks.
Okay. And now there was one more time you said that you were hospitalized.
Shortly after that, once again. So it was kind of a back-to-back thing.
Why?
I was having manic episodes,
Okay.
which is where you're out of control. When you have bipolar, you have mania. So you're up and down, up and down. But I was having severe ups to where I was self-destructive. Sexuality was just very promiscuous, just out of control with anger, destroying property, yelling at my children, just talking to them really, really bad and things like that.
Or did you ever self-medicate with drugs or alcohol? Oh, thank God.
No, that was,
Yeah.
I actually, when I was young, I made a decision that I was not going to touch drugs.
Because of your mom.
Yes.
Huh? Yeah, that's a
Yes.
good thing. Were you ever given prescription medication? Are you on medication now?
Actually, yes. I actually got on medication 4 years ago. I'm on a shot. I take it once a month. I haven't had an outburst since.
How important is getting mental health, help? Because a lot of us, we have been traumatized.
Yes.
And we just try to self-medicate with marijuana, with alcohol, or, prescription pills. And just to try to survive. And we all have a story, and that's one reason why I'm doing these shows. But why is it important, you feel, from your perspective, to get help, professional help?
Well, I believe it's important because not only can you destroy yourself, you can destroy those around you that you love, your children, by doing repetitive things. I believe in therapy. We went to therapy for 4 years, extensive therapy, behavioral health therapy. Being on medication has really, really helped me, and it's a stigma, especially in the African American community.
It is.
It's all, they want to call it just demons, but no, there's chemical imbalances,
Yes.
and I admitted it. I accepted myself for who I was, and I said, you know what? This is what's going on. I knew that something wasn't right going up and down. That's not normal.
Right.
To be just lashing out, and then you can't pull back, you can't control yourself, and then the next minute you're down and then you're back to normal.
Right.
So I knew something was wrong, and I remember that they diagnosed me, so I went and got some help, and ever since then it's just been better. That's all I can say. So it's very important. If you struggle with mental illness, get some help. If you don't want to take medication, go to therapy, extensive counseling, seek some help.
Yeah. Do you feel you've been kind of stigmatized by being bipolar or getting mental health by the Black community?
Yes.
How so?
I don't even think just the Black community. I think period. I've had people literally judge me, not want to be around me anymore. I've had people even use it on you. See, my therapist taught me you don't have to tell everybody.
Right.
But because I'm very transparent and I don't care who knows, because there are some people who will take it to use it to their advantage.
And use it against you.
Yes, and try to push buttons.
Right.
Because I'll see that's because you're crazy. I was called crazy. I've been called everything. But at this point in my life, there's so many people out there that are dealing with this and they won't get help.
Wow.
They're going to. I was going to church every other day. I mean, Bible studies, Sundays, prayer service, trying to roll out spirits. But I realized it was something more than that.
How did the church react to your mental health issues?
We're going to cast demons out.
That was it?
That was it.
Yeah.
And there's no such thing as mental illness, but there is.
Yeah, there is. That's so sad that we don't seek the help, that we need. But I believe because you have been traumatized, that's a ramification of all your trauma.
Yes.
Being raped, in sexual relationships and being gone from foster home to foster home. Kenya, if there's, little girls out there, the 5-year-old Kenya, what would you say to her?
I would say, tell somebody it's not right. You do not deserve it. And that if your parents left you, that you are still loved and that you are still accepted, first of all, from a great creator and within yourself. And that you can be anything that you want to be in life and that you can overcome. And not just survive, like literally overcome and be liberated and free.
What about the little girl? You can look into the camera, that her mom is on drugs and, not able to care for her, but you still have that, that unconditional love for your mom. What would you tell her?
Losing my mother 2 years ago after building a relationship with her and seeing her battle with crack cocaine was one of the most difficult situations. But what I learned from that was that you can genuinely love someone and see the good deep down inside of them for who they are as a person. She was a great woman with great potential, and she was a very loving person and very giving. So I would tell that young girl that's experiencing that they're able to do it.
Wow. With that, we're going to take a commercial break. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Clear. Okay. One, I saw you looking here. Give me her camera.
Oh,
I asked her to speak into the camera.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
No problem. No problem. So what I want to do is,
was I supposed to look at that camera?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, he did tell me yesterday that would be my camera.
Oh, okay. I said speak
Sorry,
into that
Don.
camera.
this is a comment. What you remember?
You told me that would be the camera.
Exactly. So I said, if somebody tell you that's your camera over there,
It's not my camera.
You know, you had the information regardless.
Absolutely, Don.
I got you.